Yeah, I'll give you your artifacts back. I was just borrowing them. Ah, the British Museum. A museum that holds a little bit of everything, almost literally, and one that holds some of history's most important artifacts. No, not that one. There we go. And a museum so vast in historical wonders that their employees could sell them on eBay without getting caught. Which really prompts the question, what is the history behind the world-renowned, see what I did there, museum? The British Museum was first drafted by Parliament in 1753 under the rule of King George II, with the plan of becoming the world's first national public museum, and was created as a universal museum, with the goal of collecting anything significant to human history, which may or may not have happened. And the museum's initial collection consisted of around 80,000 artifacts which were bought from one man, Sir Hans Sloane, a wealthy physician of Anglo-Irish descent. However, these newly acquired artifacts needed to be displayed. So the Board of Trustees, responsible for the creation of the museum, began looking into properties. The museum's first property was the 17th century Montagu Mansion, as they rejected the Buckingham House, later Buckingham Palace, due to its location. First opening its doors to limited visitors in 1759, the museum had a focus on literature. However, over the coming years, the museum's collection would rapidly expand, from donations, purchases, and war, and other people's wars too. So it only makes sense that they needed more space, and likewise, a larger building. So construction went forth on a Greek-style building in 1823, designed by Sir Robert Smirke, which coincidentally is the one that we see now. Well, some of it. Additionally, the creation of the National Gallery the following year prompted the museum to convert their upper floors of galleries to natural exhibitions. Once again, over the following years, the museum's collection would continue to increase rapidly, from overseas excavations to huge donations, which resulted in some expansions of the museum and likewise the moving of artifacts, which in this case would result in the movement of their natural galleries and prompt the eventual creation of the Natural History Museum. Likewise, as the museum continued to expand their reach overseas, and into the collections of royalty or wealth interchangeably, they continued to fill the museum's rooms, and by 1906, another wing would begin construction. The continuation of this century would consist of moving artifacts, expansion, rebuilding, and the moving of the British Museum's library to a new site, which brings us to the modern day. The British Museum in recent years has been booming, and likewise, so have their artifact collections. The museum currently holds around 8 million artifacts, and at any given time displays around 1% of them. The museum itself averages around 2 million visitors a year, which is quite impressive for any museum. In conclusion, the British Museum has a very long-lasting history, and has collections of artifacts that size and diversity is hard to comprehend. And likewise, as most of you already know, they have several which are very debated, from countries all across the globe. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing for future content.